Hi everyone, it's Coach Fred here, and I'm going to be going over from the official College Board SAT Study Guide, Practice Test 3 Math Calculator number 28. We're starting to get towards the end on number 28, because remember the Math Calculator section, number 30 is the last multiple choice. So we know this is probably a little bit more difficult. Doesn't have to be though. So it says, in planning and maintenance for a city's infrastructure, a civil engineer estimates that starting from the present, the population of the city will decrease by 10% every 20 years. Okay? All right, 10% every 20 years. If the present population of the city is 50,000, which of the following expressions represents the engineer's estimate of the population of the city T years from now? All right, well, the fact of the matter is it's that the city's population is decreasing by a percentage, which tells me it's exponential. So, and it's going down 10% every 20 years, not every year. Well, in Algebra 2, you likely learned the exponential model. You probably learned a couple equivalent forms. You probably learned when you graphed it, y equals ab to the x. When you were talking about real-life examples and word problems, you probably did y equals a sub 0 times 1 plus or minus r to the t power. That was for something that was going up or increasing or decreasing exponentially annually, where t is like a year in years. And you might even have learned a modified form when it was talking about doubling or tripling time or half-life, which was a b to the t over k. I really like this model because this model basically is saying that each variable represents something. So k is the amount of time it takes for A to be multiplied by B. I also like this one because it adds that 1 plus or minus the rate in it, which means I'm going to always be including a sub 0 in my value if I put that 1 there. All right, so I'm going to look at this one and think about these three models that I may have learned. If not, you might need to go back and think about them a little bit. But it's a decrease, which means that if I use this model right here, it's going to be 1 minus r. So my initial value was 50,000, and so it's going to be 1 minus 0.1 because it's going down by 10%. We always want to write that as a decimal, so 0.10. Which means it's going to be 50,000 times 0.9. All right, the good news is now I can get rid of this and I can get rid of this. Now, think about it though. It's going down 0.9 every 20 years, which means that t is 20. It's going to go down 10%, which means I would need this value up here to be 1. So my answer would have to be D. Otherwise, it would actually be 400 because I'd be putting in 20 for t, and 20 times 20 is 400. So it would take 9 to the 400 power when I really want to take 0.9 to the 1 power. So I'm really kind of using this because it's going to take 20 years for 50,000 to be multiplied by 0.9. All right, guys, I hope that wasn't too confusing. I hope that was a clear explanation of why your answer would be D on number 28. These are really great problems to think about when you're thinking about exponential growth and decay. All right, have a great day.